make this full screen. Yeah. Thanks. So you're ready. Let's start from the beginning. Okay. Is everyone here who's supposed to be here? Just waiting. Okay, one minute. Hi everyone. So my name's Mareen, like aquamarine, but without the aqua. I'm from Slovenia, which is next to Italy, and when you zoom in, it looks like a chicken. Anyone who knows me knows that beach very well. It's actually kind of exciting having new people to practice it on. I've had 8.75 schools in my educational career, the 0.75 being TBB. So I'm an expert at intros. I'm pretty good at being the new kid too, which has its pros and cons. On the one hand, I got to experiment with different phases, like goth versus geek in middle school and punk versus popular in high school. On the downside, I never made roots or had a chance to find a deeper identity, which granted, I'm only 19, so. So I decided that I would try to do that with TBB. It was the perfect opportunity. Not only was it a gap year, but here was a program offering to strand me in 6 different countries with 15 strangers, promoting that would spark personal growth. So I jumped in and hell, I made TBB roots. I learned a lot about myself and my identity, as much from our Who Am I seminars and deep reflective journaling, as from my fellow TBBers lovingly labeling me as a diva when I discovered my obsession with face masks in Thailand, and my trademark sunglass hairband, which, guys, it's a great look. It taught me that identity has duality. It's not just about how we see ourselves on the inside, but how confused our host families were every time I busted out the "I'm European" whenever someone called our group the American Squad. So to illustrate that, I made this video. On the left is me tearing apart my file, hint, hint, symbolic of the whole "you're an onion, sweetie" of all your moms ever saying that to you. My mom used that a lot. On the right is a debrief between 2 hackers, aka take care of your cybersecurity, guys. So I hope you enjoy. And I'm gonna hit the lights. Oh, so there should be sound. Someone help. Yeah, technical difficulty. Thanks.
There should be sound right now. Mm-hmm. Is it playing?
It's true. Yeah, that should be okay.
Excuse me while I try to figure this out. Oh.
Sorry.
No. It's my fault. It's okay. I think I'm just going to get the IT help to figure this one out. I'll be right back.
Yeah. Any questions, guys?
Written on a napkin.
Yes, in the coffee shop across the street 5 minutes ago. Yeah. It's very nice. It's like aesthetically pleasing. Any more deep questions?
Is it true that one time you made your HQ in a
Yes.
It's
Yes.
true your nose ring was once picked out by Sean in India.
That is also true.
Can you
Yeah.
tell us the story of how you got that nose ring?
So I was in India. Okay.
You saw it afterwards.
Yeah, afterwards.
Nothing here to see, just a kid like me, trying to cut some teeth, trying to figure it out. Nothing better to do when I'm stuck on you. I'm here trying to figure it out. Getting hard to sleep, but it's in my dreams. I was killing me, trying to figure it out. Nothing better to do when I'm stuck on you. I'm still here trying to figure it out. I let it go, cause I won't see you later when we're not allowed to talk it out. I said I'd go once I was sure, but I'm still trying to figure it out. The way I still take a bet on you, but you didn't know I planned it out. I said I'd go, yeah, I won't see you later when we're not allowed to figure it out. Nothing here to see, just a kid like me, trying to cut some teeth, trying to figure it out. Nothing better to do when I'm stuck on you. I'm still here trying to figure it out. I let it go, cause I won't see you later when I'm not allowed to talk it out. I said I'd go once I was sure, but I'm still trying to figure it out. Oh, I should take a bet on you, but you didn't know I planned it out. I said I'd go, yeah, I won't see you later when I'm not allowed to figure it out.
Oh, lights, yeah. So, questions? Oh, shit. Okay, awkward. Anyway, questions? Yeah.
So did your thoughts on your identity change throughout the trip?
Yeah. So the summer before this, I had the opportunity to take anthropology, political science, psychology, and science fiction class like during the summer, and that kind of opened my world to like understanding that like where you were raised and the cultures you were raised is very important to who you are. And that was something I was kind of missing because of being a third culture kid and being raised all over. So when like starting TBB, that's where my like thought process was at. And then during TBB, it was like always like, I was just like, I'm the European, everybody else is the American, and like presenting myself to like the host families helped me to like figure out how I see myself and how other people see me, and like kind of like the different things that that were shown in my video, like starting to have that process and thinking. Also the like who am I seminars, I don't know why I do that, but who am I seminars were very informative because like we talked about like class, education, sexuality was a good one, like all those things. And like, I mean, that like sparked a lot of journaling and a lot of like self-reflection. So yes. Any more questions?
What do you think the most vivid memory you will have from your TBB time?
So I don't know if I'm allowed to share because they told me not.
They can't do anything to you now.
Well, I was informed that that's the language I would have to use for that isn't good for presentations. Anyway, being peed on by a cat was a very nice experience, or having my nose ring ripped out. Those were like graphic. I think teaching in India, as most of you parents who've seen like more presentations today, notice that that's like a trend. India is like a really hard country, and like the issues that we face there, like with volunteerism and like indoctrination and education being the same thing for some people, struggling with that was very hard. Also, like the culture was very, like it was the first time that I had extreme culture shock. So yeah. Any more? No? Can it be done? Cool. Oh.
You told me, I just met you, but you told me that you would like to do another gap year.
Yes.
So what would you what would you like this gap year to be about that it wasn't this past year?
So TBB is a great program, I think. And it was very structured in one way and very intensive, like very stressful and intensive. And a lot of the time you're kind of just doing it day by day and like surviving, which is why we had to have the Virginia 10 days to like reflect and like debrief and evaluate those experiences. And I've grown a lot, but as TBB has shown me, I came in with questions and now I just have like a ton more questions. So I like in Virginia, I like realized that those were questions that were really important to me because they were very personal questions, and they're about things like what do I want to do, where do I want to be in like at the end of college. So I was like, I don't want to just jump in somewhere and like, you know, be confused again. I want to have some time for me and like figure those things out and maybe try to do it on my own this time, with like having more agency and choice in how I do it. And TBB, I think, was like the start of that process, and I'm not at the end of that process, which is why I need a little bit more time. Some of you know that I have like a list of what I want to do with very colorful things like join a circus and go to a commune and all those world dominations on there too. So I don't know, I just want to take some time for me. TBB was more like taking time for me and the world, and I need some more time for me. Follow up?
And can I ask you the most difficult question?
Sure.
When would you know that you're not confused anymore?
Well, I don't think that's ever gonna happen. Yeah, I just think right now I know that I have questions that I want to ask, and I think those are very important questions, and I think I have the opportunity to ask them and like take another year off. But you never stop being confused. So I think like I'll try to answer those questions, probably have even more questions, and then jump into college and start figuring that shit out there. Sorry for using. Yeah, so yeah. Any more?
loved your video.
Oh, thank you. That was done in our hotel room bathroom. So last night at 4 a.m. So, yep. Cool. I purposefully made mine so short that you guys can get coffee because that's the elixir of life.
Kristen's presentation will be here at 2 p.m.